Singer and songwriter Matt Cardle, our big guest today here on BBC Radio Kent's Drive Time. He's been doing rather well since winning, of course, X Factor. His 10th single is Hit My Heart. We've been chatting about his new album as well, recorded in Los Angeles, New York and London.
You got me on my knees, so lift me up, love, 'cause my heart is begging for a beat. Come and get it started, love, love, hit my heart. Come a little harder, oh la-dee-da, love, 'cause my heart is begging for a beat. Come and get it started, love, love, hit my heart. Come a little.
It's exciting, especially with the tour coming up, things like that, and putting all those plans in place last year and for the new single and everything. You know, it's a constant. It's a constant.
Mel C was on the programme a week or so ago, and I know that you're doing some tour work with her, but also, of course, that song, Loving You, that duet that you had.
Who do you think about when I'm not with you? Does somebody hold you when you let me go?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was such an honour to be able to work with Mel and to get to know her the way I have. You know, she's just an incredible person. I can speak for Mel as well. It's something that we wanted to do our entire lives, and then you get the chance to do it, and why wouldn't you run with it, you know?
But when you look at, going back to 2010, it probably seems a bit of an age for you now because of so much you've done from that moment in X Factor to now.
So much has happened. So, 3 albums, we had a couple of top 10s. The last one was number 11. We've had sellout tours. Lots of stuff has been achieved already. I consider it sort of starting 2011. 2010 was X Factor itself, and that was in and itself one thing. And my career started in 2011, if you ask me.
Not everyone makes it, though, do they? But what is the rest of the package that has to happen for you to be able to do it?
I mean, you have to have a good work ethic. You have to want to work hard. You have to work hard. You have
work
to
hard,
write well, work harder, and be prepared to commit your life to it. And I committed my entire life to it, post and prior X Factor, which is what's helping me.
And has the fame been hard to cope with at times?
It's been testing at times, but such is life. Things are sent to test us, and I feel good. I mean, I had a bit of a wobble end of last year, but I'm all right now. The industry is what it is nowadays. It's very different from the industry that it was, sort of 15 years ago. And the media, everybody's got a camera phone. Everybody's walking around out there with a camera. So now, I mean, even when you meet people in the street and they'll have a picture, whereas 15 years ago, if they had a camera, they'd have a picture. If not, they might stop and say hi, but...
Let's get into the studio with you because you've been doing lots of work. You've been working with an incredible team as well. Tell us about the new single that's coming out on the 31st of March and what else you've been doing.
I've been working hard in the studio for a long time. We've been working with some amazing co-writers and producers, and the single actually came from working with a friend of mine, Ben Cullum, brother of Jamie. He lives just around the corner from me, and we've both got studios, and we both like to write. Obviously, Ben is doing lots of writing with lots of different people.
Well, Ed Sheeran, Will Young.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a very talented man. So we got in the studio, and actually the song came from listening. We were listening to Sgt. Pepper's, and I said, look, I want to do something like Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I want a song where the chorus just comes flying out of nowhere, like it does in Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. The verse originally was a little bit weirder than it is now because we had to kind of tone things down for radio and for who will, it's got to be understandable. It was a bit stranger than it is, but I think we still managed to get the same point across with the song. The chorus really does just fly out of nowhere, and it's quite a dark start to the song. And then this huge kind of pop chorus,
Your big pop moment.
It certainly is on the album, definitely. I mean, the album's it's got a really kind of eclectic mix of sounds on it, and this is the pop moment, defo.
You're going to be up and down the country, I know, as part of the tour that you're doing. So, and it's called the Porcelain Tour.
That's
the
right,
album is Porcelain.
It comes from the song Porcelain on the album. It's the last track on the album, and it's one of my favourite. I wrote it with a guy called Connor Reeves, who's worked with Joss Stone and some great soul artists in the past, and was a soul artist himself. He's absolutely fantastic, and we wrote the song, and it just means a lot to me. And I just Porcelain comes from being, I think it's the clay and the mud that's been burnt in the fire. And the second album was called The Fire. So there was a little...
Yeah, okay, crossover going on.
There was a line in the thing, now you've come through the fire, and that's what makes you porcelain.
And the April tour. So here you go. You're about to head out. What do you make sure you pack that you've learnt along the way that you definitely need? Pants!
Pants, plenty of pants, socks. Everything else is taken care of, really.
You have people to do that.
We have people.
But is there anything that you kind of rate or slate about a tour?
No, I'd love every bit of it. It's like when you go camping. Don't go camping and complain of being slightly uncomfortable at night. Don't go on tour and complain about not getting the best night's sleep. It's just par for the course.
So it's an adventure that you're continuing to have.
Exactly.
It's all good 2014 for you.
Cheers, Dom.
Nice to talk to you.
And yourself. Thanks, mate.